You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I have got your weekly spoilers for August 4th through the 8th. Sami Brady is back and Gabi kisses Xander. If you are not following us, please click subscribe. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt here with all the good stuff you need for next week. Starting with spoilers for Monday, August 4th, which is season 60, episode 246 of Days of Our Lives. Chanel is helping out Felicity, and I wonder if she is looking for Cat, who is trapped in the badly supervised and maintained elevators at the hospital. She's stuck in there with Chad. Also on Monday, we have Alison Sweeney back as Sami, and she has a very tearful reunion with her grieving mom, Marlena. Also this week, Susan has a run-in with Marlena in the square, and Susan Banks is getting a bad vibe off Dr. Marlena Evans. Look for Sami to drop in on EJ and Johnny this week, and I expect her to be showing up to bicker with Belle as well. Chad and Cat get close in the elevator, but later this week, things are going to get much closer and steamier with the two of them. JJ and Julie are both worried on Monday, and I wonder if it's about Gwen having the legal footing to snatch back the Horton heirloom necklace. On Tuesday, August 5th, it's season 60, episode 247 of Days of Our Lives. Gabi and Xander do some bonding, but I am expecting at this point that it may not all be fun and games to Gabi. She is plotting with Tony, and then Gabi went over to Steve to ask him to look into Xander and Philip. So the big question is she being sincere or not? Xander and Gabi have had some sincere moments recently, but I just kind of don't trust this. Plus, Chad surprises Julie. He catches her off guard. I'm sure he's going to be happy she got her necklace back. But if Chad's saying anything nice about Cat Greene, you know Julie's not going to like that at all. Susan begins to irritate Johnny. It looks like his grandma is really getting under his skin, and it may be her wackadoo Stefano stuff. I mean, Chanel's the one who brought her to town to do the psychic reading, so a little awkward if Johnny's too mean to his grandma. Cat does some training with Rafe, and I wonder if Cat's going to get some field agent type of training since the DiMeras are dangerous, and Cat has always been a desk agent, just an analyst, where Rafe has been out in the field and he knows weapons and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, Sarah upsets Marlena with some news. Now, after she collapsed in court the other day and scared Belle and, Abe was holding on to her, they got her to the hospital. There were more tests run, so Sarah may be circling back around to Marlena with the results of her latest test, and there has been a major health crisis rumored to be coming for Marlena, and that may be part of what Sarah is delivering. I do wonder if these weird dreams and hallucinations about the Queen of the Night are less of a supernatural influence and more of something medical going on with her. Knowing Salem, it's supernatural. Wednesday, August 6th is season 60, episode 248 of Days of Our Lives, and we've got Tate pushing Sophia for more information. Tate is not going to let go of the baby stuff. Now, Sophia had to fill in Sarah she didn't have to, but she chose to. And Sarah's sitting on this secret. She has to keep it, but she's going to be hearing from Brady. And he's probably going to tell Sarah how upset that Tate was, but Sarah's hands are tied. She could get in a lot of trouble if she starts talking about private medical info. Sophia knew that and reminded her of it, so good for her. Abe is there to comfort Paulina. Looks like she's quite upset after she takes the stand because she's telling the truth, but it looks bad. Paulina reveals that Johnny said he got what he deserved, talking about EJ getting shot. You know, she hates to say this about her son-in-law, Johnny, who she cares about, but it is the truth. And EJ is talking legal strategy with Johnny. Sounds like EJ is starting to worry that the case might not be going their way. And, you know, I do think it's a good strategy, again, for EJ to reveal everybody in town wants him dead. But since his son was one of those people and had a lot of access, I don't know how good of a defense that is now. Gabi is fussing to Rafe and Leo about something. Maybe it's her frustrations about working under the Titan umbrella. Thursday, August 7th, season 60, episode 249 of Days of Our Lives. And Johnny tells Chanel he's worried. I think he is particularly worried about not only Paulina's testimony, but if Rachel is on this stand this week, things are going to be really bad. And so EJ's getting desperate. So Belle gets together in secret with EJ. I wonder if Belle's missing intimacy with her dark, sketchy lover. And it looks like they get a room over at the Salem Inn based on the wallpaper behind them when they're making out. And I just wonder if this is part of a ploy from EJ, who is plotting to save Johnny no matter what it cost him. Steve has some things to say to Alex. So because Gabi hired him, Steve was looking into Alex's background, found that past criminality, talked to Justin about it, but I do think Steve is worried about Alex and these things he has done and him being in Stephanie's life, so he may get a warning. Gabi gets real with Xander and opens up to him, but I just don't think he can trust Gabi. Anna delivers some news to her hubby, Tony, about Stefano. Anna is going to tell him that Susan Banks says Stefano is alive. Friday, August 8th, it's season 60, episode 250 of Days of Our Lives. Marlena is there to comfort Johnny. Obviously, it looks like the trial is going very badly. And again, Rachel saw him with the gun. She saw them arguing, and it's really getting down to it. We need to find out the truth very soon about who really shot EJ, or else Johnny might be in trouble. And that's why EJ's going to extremes. And on Friday, Belle is raging at EJ. She's really lashing out because in court, he tells the judge that Belle has a conflict of interest and calls for a mistrial. Well, EJ sleeping with Belle seems to be the conflict of interest. So I wonder if EJ had somebody take photos of him and Belle sneaking in or out of the hotel room, and you know, maybe he's going to splash them around the Salem Spectator. You know, Leo would hate missing being the one who got to do that, but it'd be kind of funny. And Gabi tries to get some secrets out of Xander, and it looks like they're out to dinner at the bistro. And Gabi kisses Xander in front of Sarah, who tells Xander he can do what he wants, but she will too. And Sarah stuns Brady and kisses him in front of Xander. And then, of course, Brady is going to get punched. And speaking of kisses, Chad's over at Cat's place taking care of her, and there's a kiss. It's happening next week, y'all.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.